All right, so,
Okay.
no seasoning right now? You're just gonna cook it first?
I'm just I'm gonna add seasoning for sure, but there's so many onions, man. We cooked some onions, but I can see it starting to turn brown a little bit, but we need to get more. And we're cooking at the middle school. We thank Crestwell Middle School for allowing us to be in their staff room. They're awesome. Some of you are gonna be there next year. Some of you have like 5 years until you're here. So here's some of the seasonings I'm gonna use, and Mr. Free's gonna talk about what he would use. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper. Now, on the recipe, it says specifically 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper. It's really to your liking. So you can always add more salt later and more pepper later. So better to under season than to over season, for sure. But I know with this amount, this is where I could use the measuring spoons, and I will, just so I'm on camera.
Oh, fatal flaw right there.
What?
If you pour over the stuff you're putting the seasoning into, what if you pour too much? Ah, that's okay. I think we'll be all right.
Well,
Because that's
like
a nice big spoon. But like when I make bread with my students, if you pour, and I've got a little teaspoon, which is a smaller one, and I'm pouring my salt into it, if I do it over the dough for the bread,
And that's not a teaspoon, by the way. This is a half a tablespoon. This one, here you
teaspoon. As I was saying, if you pour too much, it falls out, then you're really not really measuring.
Yeah.
But for this, it doesn't have to be exact. And the thing with salt is, I don't really like a lot of salt in my food, but I always put some in, especially when I'm cooking beef, because the salt brings out the flavor in the food. So I just put a little bit in, and then if I have friends over, they dump a lot more on, because I don't like a whole lot of salt on my food.
And
But
I-
it brings out the flavor in the
I'm
meat.
kind of salty. I like.
Well, I'm salty, but
That is a true fact.
It's a
He
true fact.
is salty. I'm not as salty as Mr. Freed, but I do like salt. I like this because I can get what I need in here
Oh, nice.
and then pour it in.
Yeah.
Same thing with other seasonings,
Mhm.
but the salt, why do they not make salt like that? That is just silly.
I don't know.
Why don't they put a lid? I really don't know.
It's a mystery.
It's not a mystery. Well, I guess this is a video. I was gonna say it's stupidity,
Oh.
but that would be unkind. I should be kind,
Be
right?
kind to the good people at Morton Salt.
Well, they're just one of the brands. Okay, so what ingredients would you put in?
Well, let me go get my stuff.
So for those of you that are on, this recipe calls really for an hour of your time. So if you're thinking, I'm gonna cook and then I wanna go play some video games, probably not a good choice, because I can tell you about, oh, I forgot my rice. Did you bring rice?
I didn't bring rice.
Oh, man.
That's okay, we'll just do it without rice. It'll be extra beefy, more beefy goodness.
So here's a big, big oops.
We didn't-
Sometimes you may not have all the ingredients.
But you should check ahead of time.
You should check ahead of time. And so I'm realizing I forgot the rice I made last night, and Mr. Freed is realizing he forgot the rice. He
I
made
wasn't supposed to
two.
bring any rice.
Yeah, you were. You had it frozen. So
Yeah,
anyways,
but you said you
when I was making my rice last night, I walked out of the kitchen several times, and I ended up burning some of the rice. And I think it was because the pan was not so good. But I had to remake it, and it was perfect.
And there it is sitting at home.
And there it is in my refrigerator at home. That's not very nice. So we might only make a few. We only have 2 minutes. And then I'll add the rice later to some of them. That's funny. Yeah, let's make only one.
Should I tell this person they need to go in the main entrance and sign in?
Sure. So we're still waiting. And I'm so disappointed in myself.
Yeah, there's a buzzer on the side, because you need to keep track of everybody who comes in.
It is really coming along good.
So, yeah, there's on the left
So
side,
typically
there's a
in
buzzer.
here, which it says in the ingredients that you need rice, 1 cup cooked. You're not gonna put rice that has not been cooked into this. That would leave for a very crunchy, crunchy, crunchy
Yes.
meal. So obviously, I should have looked at this before coming here because my rice is at home. So, also bell peppers, any color, you don't have to choose just one. And so we will make one of these with just meat for the meat lovers out there. And then the rice lovers, well, I'm gonna do some extra work at home. But make sure you have an hour of time. Don't just think, I'm done. Because we have just 46 seconds till those bell peppers are done. And this is almost done, which is awesome. Time is coming good.
How about the Worcestershire? That weight off?
We do need to add that.
All right. Our old friend, Mr. Worcestershire. Here you go.
You get to do it.
I get to do this?
Yeah.
How much am I putting in? A few splashes?
So he just asked the question, how much does he put in? He said a few splashes, and it says 1 teaspoon. But again, if you get better at cooking, sometimes you don't even need the
This is half a
seasoning.
tablespoon. Well,
No, it's a teaspoon.
we're doubling it though, right?
1 teaspoon. It's not completely double, just more meat.
Just not fill this one up all the way.
So the alarm is going off as far as like
There we go.
telling me that the bell peppers are done. The one thing that you definitely need is a pot holder now to get it. Some people pull it out with one hand because they're strong, or they think they have enough grip on it. Some are really weird sized containers. So
I like to use 2 hands, just to be safe.
I feel like I should sing a song right now. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Are you gonna join me?
Probably
Okay,
not.
this is for the kinders out there and also first graders, but you know what? Fifth graders like it too. Ready? Do you know what song I'm gonna sing?
I have no idea, but I'm anxiously awaiting.
Okay. Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark. Are you ready to do Grandpa Shark? Here.
I think we should take the peppers out.
Oh, well, now I have that song in your mind, so I'm gonna open it. It's hot. I'm being safe. I can put it on the stovetop because
Just
Oh.
lift up.
because it's not on that side. Okay. You put the Worcestershire sauce?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I really am bummed about that rice.
That's funny. So, there's all kinds of different ways to make stuffed peppers. So we've got this way where your main ingredient would be the main seasoning outside of salt and pepper, which I would put in just about everything, would be Worcestershire sauce. Some other way, well, we're gonna put tomato sauce in here too. If I wanted to make it maybe like a Mexican style, I could use chili powder, and then I would chop up a jalapeno and put that in with the everything else. I'd use tomato sauce too probably, and then I would top it with like a Mexican cheese blend. If I wanted to do it Italian style, I would use Italian seasoning, fresh herbs if I could, oregano, basil, thyme, rosemary, and then top it with like a mozzarella or a provolone. And I would put some diced tomatoes in there as opposed to just sauce.
Well, we are putting in whole tomatoes
No?
and get that put in. Now, of course, this might be a little funny because it doesn't have the rice to absorb into it. So we really are gonna do one, and I'm gonna do the rest when I go home.
Are you going to video that?
I guess I could do a video of what it looks like afterwards.
I think it-
I'll do a short little video. You'll get to be on my
I
phone.
think that would be a great
Okay.
idea.
So another thing, have a can opener, and I am just doing this. There we go. We also get to add cheese. So it says we've done everything here. We're gonna be simmering it for a little bit, and then we are gonna be baking this again for 45 minutes. But I think that's the part that you're gonna have to see at my house because at least one.
Yeah, we could throw one together.
Throw
just so
one.
it's safe.
Okay, we'll just put one on the pan that you have. We'll choose one.
Yeah, get some grass and we'll pretend that's nice.
And it looks like I'm gonna need to bring to school one of the finished bell peppers for Mr. Free to try with the rice. Okay, so this is the fun one. I think it's fun at least. This has, it's whole peeled tomatoes in tomato juice. So, my mom would just do it all. I'm gonna dump some of the juice out. Okay. So, in cooking, this was my favorite thing to do as a kid, okay? This, and I don't know why, Mr. Freed would probably cut these up, but for my mom, she specifically would say, take them out, that's why hands washed is good, and squeeze them.
Ooh, I've never done that before. Oh, look at that. Can you guys see
Would
that?
you like to do one?
Not particularly. Here, why don't you stand over here so the kids can see?
So, again, be careful not to touch it because it is hot. So, I always loved this part. Did I get you?
It's okay. That's why I've got my apron on.
Oh.
And my shirt's red too, so
I
you
know.
wouldn't even
I
notice.
almost wore white pants, and I thought,
Yeah.
not a good choice. So maybe not being in your.
What are you doing here?
Okay, maybe we should cut the rest. So, we have a lot of cleaning to do. Let's talk about cleaning.
I would say when you're at home, your parents would probably be happier if you cut them instead of squeezing them. Maybe if you have an outdoor kitchen.
How fun is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What fun is this?
Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands. So, now everyone can sing the song. Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark.
Okay.
Grandpa shark do 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 do, Grandpa shark do 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 do, Grandpa shark do 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 do, Grandpa shark. Look at Mr. Freed. He's cleaning as we cook,
Right.
and I can tell this needs that rice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be borrowing one of those containers. Okay, so we still need to add something. What do we need to add? Yes, cheese. Now, what kind of cheese? I'm gonna show you the box. This is what my mom would use, although she would use the brand Velveeta. This is from Fred Meyer's, and it says nice and cheesy. That's Mr. Freed right there. Nice and cheesy.
I don't know if I got that one.
No, he's just salty. I guess maybe
Just
I'm
salty.
cheesy. I'm cheesy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not singing about sharks.
So some of this I already pre-cut, but it looks like just a blob of cheese is truly what it looks like. And then carefully with a knife, I'm cutting it in a tic-tac-toe in a way. So it's a 3x3. And so then it's pieces that are square like this. So I'm going to start adding that. And Mr. Freed is too.
Trying not to splash it.
Because I already did all the splashing. Yeah, they are not going to let us use this place again.
Oh, we'll just clean it
Unless
up.
we clean it up. So I think while this is melting, might clean up the back portion because that is looking nasty. Mr. Freed, why don't you talk about what can you do with the extra bell peppers that are left over?
Well, what I did was I put them in a bag, and I'm just going to probably make some salsa when I get home because I have a bunch of other peppers that I picked at Patton's Country Garden. That's where I got this beautiful one, and I'm going to show you some other peppers later because there's all different kinds of peppers. What was I going to? Oh, now another way to make it is instead of mixing the cheese in with the stuffing, you can put the cheese on top. That's what I would do like with this, and then just melt it on top. And if I was doing it like that, I would cook the peppers with the stuffing in there, take it out for the last 5 minutes or so, sprinkle the cheese on top, and then put it back in so the cheese melts without burning. That's how I.
Yeah. What about when it was done and you had it all stuffed, would you put like a piece of cheddar cheese on top or
Yeah, you could do
pepper
that.
jack on top, just to kind of like make a little top for it?
Yeah, you could do that,
Uh-huh.
or just shredded up stuff and put
Yeah.
that on top. So,
It's already starting to melt, it's becoming a little thicker because of the cheese, but that rice would really help.
yes, it would.
But I guess this would be great for somebody that maybe,
Couldn't eat
does
rice?
rice have, is it gluten?
Nope.
No? Okay, so that's good. So think of allergies and what you couldn't have in here. For instance, cheese.
Yeah.
If you're lactose intolerant, you may not want to add the cheese. You see it getting thicker?
Mhm. You could also, instead of rice, you could use like quinoa.
Uh-huh.
Quinoa's good, I like that. Or you could just go straight up beef and put a little less tomato sauce in,
Yeah.
if you want to be like
Oh,
super carnivore.
here is what my mom was telling me. So, yes, I'm older and I still talk to my mom and ask her questions about things. And she said when she was making things, because I'm a family of 5, and so then when she would cook, it would be for 7 people. And then if you have husbands and all that and grandkids, you have really, really a lot. So if she didn't have tomato sauce, then sometimes she would use a tomato paste. And then she said sometimes if she didn't even have that, she would use tomato soup to add to it.
Yeah.
What it does is it really gives it more of just a moist to it, so you can add less.
Mhm.
You can add more depending. For cheese, I'm one of those, I guess I would be the nice and cheesy because I really do like a lot of cheese. So 1 cup may not be enough. What about chocolate chip cookies? Do you like a lot of chips or little?
I was like, we can't put chocolate chip cookies in
No.
there, that's crazy.
Okay, that would, yeah, don't add the chocolate chips to this.
Well, you know.
But how do you like your chocolate chips with like cookies? Do you like it with a lot of chips or little?
Well, not a little.
Okay.
Medium amount,
Okay.
not too much.
Yeah, I'm a medium amount too, but my husband, he is a lot. And so when we looked at the recipe for Nestle's Toll House chocolate chip cookies, it calls for like a whole bag. I think it's just so that they sell
Well,
the whole bag.
that could be true.
But I never used the whole bag. But then I made some with the whole bag, and he's like, now that is the way I like it.
Yes,
So,
different people.
yeah.
How's that looking?
It's
Pretty
looking
close?
great. I do think now, since we are going to, don't touch it because it's hot, it's out of the oven, right? But this one's not. Do you want to choose a pepper that we can put in here and bake it for 45 minutes without the, so you can try it? Or do you want to wait?
No, let's just wait.
Okay, so
I can
we're
make some
gonna
at
wait.
home. I got peppers, lots of pepper. I'm gonna pick some more today. Patton's Country
Okay.
Garden, shameless plug.
Okay, where is that at?
It is in Saginaw. It's on Delight Valley Road, right past where the old Delight Valley School is. I think it's Kennedy Alternative
Mm-hmm.
School right now. And you just drive down about 2 miles. On the left, you'll see Patton Country Garden. Right now, there are all kinds of sunflowers there. And you can just go out into the field and pick your own peppers. I took a little video of me doing that yesterday. I haven't looked at it yet. I don't know how it came out. But if it came out okay, I'll post that. And those folks have done a lot. They donated lots of plants over the years that we planted in our school garden when we actually had it up and running. And they're really good people. So
Mhm. Maybe on our website, do you think it's possible to put in their address?
I probably could.
Okay, ask permission, and if we can, we'll put their address on this document so that you also know where to get the peppers. What's the season for peppers? Like, when do they stop?
They will go until the first frost.
Okay,
So I have actually picked peppers. One year I picked peppers after Thanksgiving.
Hmm.
And the great thing is the longer it goes, the more they get ripe. And I'll talk about the difference between ripe peppers and unripe peppers. Are we ready for
Okay.
this, or do we?
So this is good. I'm not gonna put them in the peppers. I'm gonna go back to my house and do that so I can add the rice. And so this just shows you adults can make mistakes for sure. So don't ever think that teachers can't make mistakes, because we do. So I'll do a second video with the final. I'll add the rice to it and then also show you the finished product. So the rice calls for 1 cup. I have way more than a cup. So I will probably use that extra rice for dinner. I could use, grill up some chicken, add some teriyaki sauce, and have a rice and chicken and teriyaki sauce dinner. But I think I'm having bell peppers because,
You might as well, you got some right there.
yeah. But you wanted to talk about the
Yeah.
peppers, so I'm gonna actually
All right.
bring this over. Here we go. Make sure that you are in the site. There we go.
You gonna clean while I talk?
I
Make that
will.
big mess over there?
I did.
Okay, so, maybe move it a little closer here. Or maybe I'll just move the peppers closer. Mr. Fried is not the greatest cameraman in the world, so just remember that when you're watching his videos. So, we have different kinds of peppers. There's all different kinds of peppers. Some are mild, some are spicy. Generally, the bigger the pepper, the more mild it is. So this is a bell pepper, okay? And bell peppers can come in several different colors, but they start out green, always, okay? And then they'll ripen, just like a tomato does, to either red or yellow or orange. Some ripen to be purple. Those are pretty cool. So here's just a couple of the big old bell peppers that I picked yesterday. Fantastic. Now you also have other kinds of, so bell peppers you can use for stuffed peppers, put it in salsa. It's real bulky, thick-walled, so we can eat it fresh. I've got some other ones. This is a gypsy bell, so it's a smaller one. They generally get ripe sooner. You can use them just like a regular bell pepper. I've got, this is a poblano pepper, which if you dry it, it turns into an ancho, and these are great for chili rellenos. Fantastic for that. Some of you guys may have had that before. I love it. This is an Anaheim chili. You can use it kind of like a bell pepper. It's a little more spicy. As you get smaller, you get spicy. Here's another poblano. This is called a holy moly. It is, I believe, a pasilla style pepper, and I don't know if anybody out there has had mole sauce. It's thinner walled, so you probably don't want to eat it chopped up.
I have a question. Have
Okay.
you ever watched the show Holy Moly?
No, I have not.
You should watch it.
Okay.
Seth Curry, and it's all about miniature golf.
Oh, well, lovely.
Maybe they should eat those.
Maybe. These are pretty spicy. So you can make a mole sauce, which is fantastic. We're not going to because it's pretty complicated to make. But with these, you would just cook it in the sauce. And then, as we're getting smaller, this is called a mariachi. I think it's, I'm not exactly sure what kind of pepper it is. But it's spicier, but it's got a thick wall, so it's good to eat. Then we've got jalapeno. So jalapeno will start out green, and then when it ripens, they'll turn black, or they might turn red. And as I said, if I was making stuffed peppers, like a Mexican style stuffed pepper, I would chop up a few jalapenos and add it in with the mixture. And then we have these guys. This is a cayenne. Notice I'm not touching the pepper itself because these are really spicy. So you can see the smaller ones are green, and then as they ripen, they turn red. These are spicy.
Should you rub your eyes right now as you...
No, I'm gonna wash my hands heavily. Well, we're gonna have so much to clean up, it'll probably work. But I wash my hands with soap. You gotta use soap because the oils in the peppers, which is what makes them hot, won't wash off with just water. You gotta use soap and water. So rub in your face. Other things that you might do with your fingers near your face, you probably don't want to do that until you've washed yourself good. All right. So There's all other kinds of, lots of other different kinds of peppers too. There's habaneros, which are even spicier. There's ghost peppers, which are even spicier than that. So peppers, all kinds. That's why it's one of my favorites, because it's not just one kind, all different kinds. And all of these peppers I picked yesterday afternoon, fresh. So Miss Dean, do you have anything else, or?
I do.
Okay. Is she gonna sing the shark song again?
Well,
Let's hope
baby
not.
shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark. Mr. Freed, come on, you gotta do it at least once.
No thanks.
Okay, anyways, so this is a special gift. And it
Thank
is
you.
going.
You didn't have to. Wait, it's not for me?
No, it's not for Mr. Freed.
Mm,
I feel bad now.
It's okay. I won't cry for too long.
I'll bring you bell pepper on Monday.
Oh, hey, whoop-de-doo.
Okay, so this is for you guys in class. It says live your dream, and it has a whole lot of different cooking supplies in here. Measuring cups, a spatula, a whisk, and also some spoons. And I can tell you a story about why plastic sometimes is better than wooden, especially in a blender. But anyways, that's for another video. This is for the first person that decides to do their own cooking video on anything, really. It does not have to be on how to make stuffed bell peppers or grilled cheese, but just your own cooking video, and you send it in, and we will make sure and get this to you.
Would making a bowl of cereal count?
I would, well, what do you think? No cereal. So
Bowl
we
of
would
cereal
like,
isn't really cooking.
we would like you to use your stovetop or the oven, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's something that you are known for in your family. That would be a great thing, like
Ah.
if you do something with your ethnicity.
Spaghetti?
Spaghetti would be great. I've always wanted to
Burrito.
learn how to make tamales. Do you know how to make
I
tamales?
don't know how to make tamales, but I bet you some of the people out there do.
Uh-huh. You can get your parents to participate. That would be a great thing. Maybe they're gonna show you how to make something. That would be good. But this is for you guys, and it's the first person that posts.
Okay?
We'll have more stuff like this throughout the cooking class. Any other things?
Nope. I think we're good, except for the rice.
Seriously, I'm not gonna make that mistake again.
Oh, but we'll double check next time.
Uh-huh. If Mr. Freed forgets something, he needs to sing Baby Shark. That's gonna be my thing. Now, if I forget something, what should I need to have to do?
I'll have to think about that.
Okay, he'll come up with something I have to do. So now we're gonna just touch that little button and say
Toodaloo.
goodbye.
You'll
See
see
you
her
next
later with the
week.
rice.
Huh.
Perfect